Hey, everybody. Welcome to Designhounds Talks. I'm going to do that again. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Designhounds Talks. I'm your host, Veronika Miller, and the founder of Designhounds, and I am very, very proud to announce a 14th year of collaboration with KBIS, and to help me chat about everything that's going to happen at KBIS Orlando in 2026 is my very dear friend and longtime colleague, Leanne Wood, principal of Flying Camel in Toronto. And first off, you got to give us an update. Is it freezing cold up there?
I'm looking at people walk down the street in the snow. Yes, just outside my office window. So
I want a
yeah,
little snow. I want snow. It's just
minus 17 Celsius in on my walk yesterday morning. So I didn't, guess what? I didn't go out this morning.
no. The dog can walk himself. Yeah,
Yeah, really
forget
cool.
about that. And we call this a sip and chat, and we really need to get back to having sip and chats in the evening so we can clink and have wine, because that's kind of how we roll. I had the Pantone Color of the Year coffee mug, otherwise known as a white coffee mug. Goes to show you, goes with the general malaise of the season, and you get the glass of water. So we're like super boring here. Anyway, let's dive right in because
But we get to look forward to palm trees in February. So all the Canadians should be very happy about that. And everyone in the north.
everyone in the north, I am looking forward. As you know, I was in Orlando for about 25, 28 years of my life. So I have a little something to say about Orlando. In fact, we're launching our Designhounds guide. It's a digital guide to KBIS. That's going out here in the next few days as well, with insider tips and tricks, things to do, things people can think about doing when they're in Orlando. And believe me, Orlando does not equal Disney. I've lived there for a very long time. We went to Disney once every 5 years, or Universal. The reality is it's got a great design scene, a hopping restaurant scene, lots of antiques and vintage, super pretty downtown areas, and then, of course, the beaches. So there is a reason to come to Orlando. Number one, KBIS, but also number 2, 3, 4, and 5 is really the inner city, Mount Dora. There's some cool places. So our Designhounds guides will illustrate a little bit more on that topic, but we are here to talk about KBIS. So Leanne,
But I have to say that I'm really excited you're putting out that guide because most people don't know that. And the first time I visited you in Orlando years ago, I was like, wow, because I had only been at Disney with the kids. So yeah, so everyone should look forward to that guide just for stuff other than the show and to make a really fulsome experience out of KBIS this year.
I think it was much needed, and Orlando kind of fit the bill for us to launch this thing. We will also have it for Salone in Milan, for the German House Fair next September. So we'll be doing this guide, and it's an interactive digital guide, so people can save it to their calendars. It'll be a cool little tool, I had to say.
Honestly, just some great restaurant recommendations would be
yes, and ones that are not on iDrive. And so that's really kind of the mission, is to give a little bit of an insider view. We're actually interviewing a lot of local designers to also tell us some design hotspots, some cool shops, some things to do. So you can add that extra day, get in a little bit early, and actually enjoy the city. And there's a lot of cool stuff going on. Rollins College, those whole areas, Winter Park, are very beautiful. And so the other thing I will say, just going into this, getting into KBIS when I'm going to call it an off year. Let's just, name it what it is. Being an off year, not in Las Vegas, is really, really great, because it is going to be the show for the people that show up. There will be a lot of new product discovery. We're going to talk about that here in a minute, more than normal. And there will be a lot of great interaction and a lot of great programming. So definitely don't skip it. I think it's a must-attend show. And it's good to have KBIS back on the East Coast for a minute, too. What always happens, I know a lot of people drive down. So please pre-register. It's really going to be helpful for all of us. If you haven't registered yet, do so that we can send you everything that's happening, including, of course, all of our Designhounds events. Anyway.
And also just a quick note to please book your accommodations very soon. The link is on kbis.com on all of the hotels that are partnering with the show. That's crucial because it's filling up.
It is filling up. It is filling up. And or Airbnb and have a little fun. Get a house with a pool and enjoy some sun and some warmth. I will definitely do that. So that's kind of
I
our
think it will
MO.
be better than -17.
Yeah, anything is better than -17.
Yes.
And then we are heading to our retreat right after KBIS on the Thursday. We're hiring a bus. Everybody that's tagging along gets to hop on the bus with us or get down there on their own, however they want to do that. But
I've
we will
seen the
have a
buzz
free
online about your retreat, Veronika.
Yes, and we'll have three
great.
nights. It'll be 3 nights in Sarasota. We actually connected with a really cool group of antiques dealers too. So we're doing some afternoon antiquing and having a little local culture at Cabazon and the Ringling Museum. But this is really about wellness this is a really big topic for us this year because we are kicking off a conversation that's quite disruptive about how we really need to look at the future of home over the course of the next 20 years. We're going to be challenging the designers in the room to create the spaces they want to live in 20 years from now. That'll be the challenge, and whatever works for them needs to be working for their clients. So it's a new way of marrying technology and design. It's way beyond the grab bar. Important, but not the only thing in the room. And I'm really looking forward kicking off our whole year. For me, it's a very personal mission to find solutions that right now we're not delivering by designing responsibly. Okay, having said that, so lots of good stuff going on. You can really make a whole week of it, and you should because we're there, and that's super cool. But Leanne, take us through KBIS, what to expect.
So we are in charge of programming. So we are responsible for the KBIS Next Stage, the Luxury Lounge, and the podcast studio. So I just did a quick calculation. Between the lounge and the stage, we have over 85 speakers. And the podcast, we have 12 distinct podcast shows with a multitude of guests. So literally over 100 people to learn from, be inspired by, people that are going to be speaking to various hot topics in the industry. And we're really quite mirroring what the NKBA is doing right now. The show, obviously, they own the show. I'm sure everyone heard about their really successful partnership with High Point this year. So whole home is kind of a new angle for, we always think kitchen and bath, but really diving into whole home conversations like focal points, the art of the layer, that type of thing. And High Point is actually coming in as a sponsor on the KBIS Next Stage, a new track called the Whole Home. It's hard to say that 5 times fast. Whole Home track.
Wow.
Yeah,
but it makes you look good when you do that. Does that kind of cheekbone thing? Whole home.
Yes. Yeah. So we're really excited to be working with them on that, to bring other topics to life. Another important part of the show is that luxury conversation that's going to be reflected not only in the lounge, but definitely in the podcast studio as well. Talking about elevating design and true luxury and that. So yeah, if I could just start with the stage. Which is the main stage of the show. It is at the back of the South Hall. So please come back. My office is back there. I always say, please come back, peek behind the curtain. Say
bring
hi,
wine. Bring wine. Yes, if you need to visit Leanne, a guest gift is appropriate.
I really enjoy a nice Prosecco at the end of the day, just putting that out there. So our tracks this year are a little different because we're doing that whole home track. We merged wellness and sustainability together because they blend so well together. Yep. And then we have the technology track, which is so important this year. AI, everyone is talking. And then also we renamed the business to liven it up a bit. It's called Business and Buzz. So some great topics there on the KBIS Next Stage. We've only confirmed 2 out of the 3 hosts, but I will drop this. No one knows it. This is going to be a preview. Tanya Nayak is our day 1 host. And she is lovely. She just finished filming Rock the Block, but she's also a luxury designer and just a pleasure to work with. And also we have Mikkel Welch, who is such a lovely gentleman as well. He is our day 3 host. We're just about this far away from confirming our day 2 host, but we love the vibrancy that our hosts bring to this stage. And yeah, overall, everything to do with that topic. We've got topics. Sorry, I've got so many topics in my head. I need to read some out. So High Point is bringing a conversation, which I think is really interesting. Converting market inspiration. You go to High Point into project success. Like, how do you do that? Everything that you see, and how do you make your project successful from that point of inspiration? The art of the layer, furniture, lighting, and finishes. Room to room rhythm, creating visual journeys. There's a lot of whole home inspiration.
Super important topic.
Yeah. One of the wellness and sustainability, I think you'll be really interested in, Veronika, because it really ties into your even your retreat topic after is slow design, wellness, sustainability, and the beauty of enough, which I think right now people are almost craving. It's like, okay, stop. How much more do we need? How can we repurpose? How can we reuse? How can we look at tradition and learn?
Yes, I love it.
Right? I know. I love that topic too. We also have a great topic in Business and Buzz, from spec to spotlight, working with brands that elevate you. As a PR firm owner, designers always ask me, how do I meet the brands that you represent, or how do I get involved? I see people doing partnerships. I see people doing that. So we're bringing some heavy hitters on the stage to discuss that. We have the whole technology topic, two AI topics. One, I just said, you know what? Everyone wants to talk to Jenna. Let's just bring her out, put her on the stage, let her talk. So she's doing a mini keynote on her AI predictions. That's Jenna Gadusek.
Very cool.
Everyone knows her AI for designers. And then we also have another meeting, and she's going to introduce a panel called AI, the new designer in the room, ? And how to embrace that. There's also a great topic about designing for digital natives, people that know nothing other than technology. The millennials are the biggest buying group right now. So this is something that definitely needs to be addressed. And let me see. Oh, we have a really cool topic in the wellness and sustainability called immersive water rituals.
Nice.
Yes, we always talk about, the spa experience, but cold plunge is such a big thing this year. In fact, product won the best of KBIS last year. How to use that, all the water features, everything like so the benefits of the beautiful design and with these water rituals, which is an interesting topic.
If I had to predict 2026 and 2027, I'm going to say it's in the bath and in the bathroom and in the home spa, but truly as the wellness temple. I see so much of that. I scroll all day long whenever I have a chance to see what's out there and what people are thinking. And it's definitely about not just having an integrated steam in the shower, but having the sauna, having the cold plunge, as you say, so much electromagnetic work, light therapy. It's just getting really good. I think our own well-being is front and center. And to me, that's a huge topic right now. So look forward
and
to
I think
seeing
a lot of the plumbing brands, the big plumbing brands, this is their major focus right now. So our exhibitors are talking about it. You're going to see a lot of that on the show floor, but we're also going to explore it on the stage. And not just for rural or that type of vibe. We also have a topic called urban calm, because a lot of people are city dwellers, and we're talking about harnessing micro nature in the city. So we have some New York designers on that panel, LA designers. So that's a really cool way to explore that topic as well. Awesome. So lots going on the stage, plus Best of KBIS, plus KBB Person of the Year, plus 30 under 30s, everything that that we usually do, and Innovation Hour, which is a new program, which we'll talk about in a bit. But that's an exciting new development on the stage as well.
I look forward to hearing that, because we have a lot of questions about that. But before we get there, let's cover some of the other areas. So now we have Luxury Lounge and we have the podcast studio that you guys are handling as well.
Yeah. So quickly, Ferguson Home is the title sponsor of the Luxury Lounge. They have a couple of interesting topics that they are bringing to life. For example, luxury at scale. Can high-end design expand without losing the soul? You see so many high-profile designers, and you have to wonder, their team gets bigger and bigger. How do they maintain that integrity and, what drove them into the design in the first place. So talking about luxury at scale. Going back to that kind of tradition, return to tradition, we have a topic called Maker's Mark. That's going to be moderated by Jill Weggy, actually from Traditional Home.
Cool.
So bringing in that antique conversation, bringing in a lot of the whole home sensibilities in that as well. Everything from a topic on tactile modernism, because brutalism is a huge topic right now.
I know.
Another one that we would all love, cultural crossroads, which is the inspiration. You would love this topic, inspiration of travel, design, other cultures on what we're designing now. And also more of a business kind of sense too, the power of a niche. And we want to really explore that. Is it beneficial from a business point of view to have a niche, to be more of a generalist? So we have a couple of luxury designers doing a bit of a debate on that, which will be really entertaining. There's 2 book signings in the lounge. We're crossing our fingers on Prosecco reception. So there's going to be a lot going on. Remember I said I like Prosecco?
I know. We need to be signed up for those because we are there, and hopefully we'll be bringing 25 design hounds with us. So there needs to be Prosecco. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So we have a
Let's
book
make that happen.
by Benjamin Johnson, who is a really amazing luxury designer. And another one from a high-end architect. Her name is Kathy Purple Cherry. That is her name. And her firm does design and architecture, and she's just released a new book as well. So lots of exciting things happening in the luxury lounge.
Awesome. Very good. And then the podcast studio.
Podcast studio.
Thanks of luck.
At AJ Madison, because they are sponsoring that again. They did last year. Okay, some of these names. Josh Cooperman is our KBIS series guy. He's doing 6 different topics in and around luxury trends, the whole home. One that I really want to mention, which I think is really fun, the smart home standoff, tech versus tradition in appliances. And just on the call when we were talking about it, it was a debate. So it was really interesting. So that's something that AJ Madison is bringing to life, which is really fun.
Very cool.
We've got Luann Nagara, we've got Jody Peterman, Rick Campos. Who else do we have? Jenna is actually going to do an AI. Jenna Gaduzik is going to do an AI topic as well. We've got Lori Leisure, and a lot of new people that have recently launched new podcasts who have really great perspective. So
there's really quite a few of them going on. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So the topics there range from AI again, the human, how to maintain that humanity. Spaces that reflect personal brands is another interesting topic. We have a design build team talking about, if I could see, this is really small type and I'm trying to read, but
we're getting old, honey. I mean, we've been doing this for, going on 20 years. So
exactly. So the podcast studio has moved over to the West Hall this year. It's in the lobby. So please look for that. And as I said, 12 different podcasts being recorded and broadcast from the show. So
very nice. Now let's take us back to the KBIS Next Stage, because I am very curious about Innovation Hour and how that is shaping up. How do we need to look at that, and what's in it for us if we attend?
Sure.
We will be attending, so that's a given.
So remember that crazy idea we had about 10, 11 years ago, Veronika?
Yes.
And it was called Design Bites. And we celebrated the 10th anniversary. And I think everyone was just ready for maybe something a little bit different. I mean, 10 years of a program, like, wow, that was a success. And so many people know about Design Bites from the show. We really wanted to come up with a new concept. So Innovation Hour is not Design Bites. It's something very different. It's the most wonderful show and tell. It's more of an editorial feel. It's more tactile. We want people walking through the audience, showing their latest finish, handing out samples. We want it to be a real conversation. No rules. Design Bites, if you remember, had rules. Everyone had the same 5 minutes with the same presentation. That, however the brands want to participate, they can do magic tricks if they want, as long as they're telling the story. of some unique products and innovation. So not only new to market products, but also under the radar design features, because you always have those conversations, and you to understand why designers want to specify something over and over again. What is the secret of that innovation? What does it bring to their projects? So as I said, it's a lot more tactile, more of an editorial feel. We have a really great, the applications actually, the deadline is this week, but we already have, I'm just drooling over some of the storytelling that we're already seeing in the application. So it's going to be a really great event.
Nice. Yeah, more creative, it sounds like, right?
Yes. We're just encouraging the brands to tell the story the way they want to tell it. So that is at noon on Tuesday, February 17th, at the KBIS Next Stage.
Very, very cool. And then I know we have Discovery District. We wanted to talk a little bit. I know that's not something you guys program, but it's not even at KBIS because KBIS is sold out. And so tell us about that.
So it is at the Rosen Center, which is a quick walk to the West Hall. It's going to be a very different vibe, the hotel. So a lot of the smaller brands, innovative brands, are in the Rosen Center ballrooms. There's lounges. There's going to be, different events happening in and out, but it's a great place. If you want to have a break from the show floor, wander over to the Rosen Center. Maybe get out of the sterile lighting and get into go into the hotel and check it out. Meet with these brands. They're going to want to talk to everybody. They're putting themselves out there. So it truly is an area of discovery. So make sure that that's on your list. Take an hour or two and get over there and meet these brands that are emerging in the industry.
Very cool. And it just goes to show, somebody out there, please hear us and build a bigger convention center for shows like KBIS. They're busting at the seams. We're using hotel spaces. Go. I think Las Vegas is also kind of wall to wall at this point as brands are planning for 27 and beyond. So it is definitely a show that has been going just from strength to strength. I remember all of us cats getting involved in 2013 and in New Orleans. We should bring it back to New Orleans sometime.
Well, we would never fit.
It would never fit. No, it wouldn't anymore. It did certainly fit back then, but it doesn't anymore. Yes. So kudos to all of the creative work that Flying Camel is doing, that the team at Emerald, the guys that are running the show on behalf of the NKBA are doing. I know how much work goes into it, and we're super excited to have the Design Hounds there. Do you have anything else to close up with, Leanne? Did we forget anything?
Probably we have a really cool partnership. We just met the folks from Homeworthy last year. Allison Kenworthy, rock star. She moderated a few panels, and it was her first time at KBIS last year. Now the marketing team at Emerald has developed a bigger partnership. They're going to have a KBIS Live studio, people getting interviewed by Allison herself. Their video crews are walking the show floor and capturing the essence of the show floor of different brands. So that's a really exciting partnership with Homeworthy, but also mentioning all of the other editorial and media partners that we have. We've got a lot of magazines and media companies, editors, moderating panels, being involved in different events. So it truly is. It sounds cliche, but honestly, it's the industry coming together. And in every sense of the word.
Yeah, and it is our annual meetup. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. So again, we've got a show that is sold out, so much so that the Discovery Zone has been moved to the Rosen. We've got the KBIS Next Stage. We've got over 80 speakers between the Next Stage, the Luxury Lounge, and the podcast studio. Allison Kenworthy of Homeworthy with the KBIS Live studio. And of course, Leanne and I will be there. For no other reason, you got to come see us. And then Design Hounds will be there. We are doing our Design Hounds favorite finds, bestowing the best of our selections on KBIS exhibitors. It's purely editorial. There's nothing sponsored about that. We will have our Design Hounds live events on the show floor. Those are turnkey events, brand new this year. Also, for KBIS 26 in Orlando. We launched our Designhounds guides, so look for those coming up here very, very soon, with private booth events, telling you what is happening, not just on the official KBIS spaces, but also with the individual exhibitors. They get to sign up with us and let us know when they have lunch and learns, when they have media tours, anything they're hosting within their space. They get to post that in the Designhounds guide as well. But also offsite, you'll get a really great insider view of where to go, where to shop, where to eat, where to drink. Invite us, it'll all be there. And then on Thursday afternoon, if you have the time, please join us for a relaxing weekend. People always tell me, oh, I got to get back to work. And then the ones that do come with us to our,
you need to chill out. Yes.
Go to the beach, hang out with us, hang out at the beach.
But also learn something. Your topics look great. Yeah.
Thank you. I've been doing a lot of thinking. This is my Aging for Badasses. That's sort of the premise of my whole thing. See, my camera just got blurry and all the excitement. Hold on, I'm turning myself off and on again, and then it'll go away.
I think that topic is, because you and I aren't as young as we were when we started KBIS.
We're aging badasses. We are. Let's just say it how it is.
I like to think I'm still cool. My kids still call me the most immature person in the family. So
I think you're fine. I think never stop. And so my title that I wrote on Substack was, what would Jagger do? And if you're 83 years old and you were a badass in the 60s and 70s, you don't want to be in a nursing home with mauve curtains. That's just, to me, the nightmare. It's like being buried alive. So how do we age? Bringing in learning from the hospitality guys, from the commercial design people. There's so much great research that doesn't always find its way into residential design. And then how do we remain healthy emotionally, mentally, physically, and financially, so that we can enjoy the next 20 years and then enjoy where we end up in the home that we have created for ourselves, that is designed to respond to us and work for our current selves and our older selves. And that's the premise of our retreat. So, join us and DM us. We'll even have some discounts available for some folks.
And I feel like a really recurring theme from this conversation is a lot of things are being reinvented. And we have to do that, right? You have reinvented a lot of your offerings with Designhounds. We're reinventing programs at KBIS. I know a lot of the exhibiting brands are looking at different ways to not only produce their products, but to communicate and to work with designers. So there's so much going on this year. So encourage everyone to come. We had a social post that we quite liked. I don't know if anyone else saw it, but it was like, when was last time you got a really great hug from a Zoom call?
Yeah,
so
I love that. I did see that.
Make the connections. You see everyone really enjoying each other's company at the show. Come to Orlando, be inspired, and have a great show.
We need the human connection now more than ever before. So get down there, give us a hug. Don't forget the Prosecco for Leanne at the KBIS Next Stage. Otherwise, she can't function. And we really, really look forward to seeing everybody in Orlando.
Hey, thanks for having me, Veronika.
Thanks for coming.